Later, this is about 12 on the city's programme and has been sponsored by W&S Scaffolding. This is for the vacant EBA British title. Please welcome firstly into the red corner, representing the Nanyang Warriors, Lawrence Get Down Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent into the blue corner. He is the current EBA English champion, George O'Leary. Mr. DJ. And so this is about 12 on the series programme and has been sponsored by W&S Scaffolding. This is our boxing main event over 6 turning rounds for the EBA British Championship. Lawrence Get Down Brown in the red and George O'Leary in the blue.
So here we are, ladies and gents, the co-main event of the evening for the vacant EBA British title. In fact, it says the vacant, but the current EBA English champion is George O'Leary in the all-black shorts. Fighting out of the blue corner, Lawrence Get Down Brown. Here, I feel good. From the Nanyang Warriors with the yellow and black shorts. Something like 6'6" that man stands. Hi, I'm Barry Scott. No, I'm not. I'm Andy J, and I am live on MAAction.com, Grey Civic Hall on bout number 12. And here's our two fighters. Brown in the red corner, O'Leary in the blue for the EBA British title. So I do correct myself, it is the vacant EBA British title. Of course, George O'Leary, the current EBA English champion. So that's definitely Brown towering above George. George carrying a lot of experience, a very, very tough fighter. I saw him fight here a couple of months back and won that fight with ease. Had a chat with him earlier and he said, if I win this one, this is the third title that I've won. Full of confidence, but fighting a big man. Lawrence Brown. This is a title fight, so 6 2-minute rounds on this one. Good jab there, but George O'Leary catching Brown. Brown, although tall, great movement, smiling at O'Leary as if to say, you're going to need to do better than that, my boy. So Brown, reach and height against the smaller O'Leary, although very muscly. Both boxers knowing that they need to do the job in the correct way. George O'Leary applying pressure, but once again, Brown smiling in his face. Good technique from both boxers. George O'Leary coming in and out, doing the business and then moving out. Brown stepping back, both fighting for the middle of the ring. George O'Leary almost doing an attack knowing that he's a lot taller and having to do the job there. End of round one. Pretty even Stevens on that one. Colin Payne, the man in charge when the bell rings and the action begins. That's the BAM. And going in for the second round. Round 2 out of 6. Yellow and black shorts of Brown Manyang Warriors, and O'Leary all black shorts from EBA, the current EBA English champion. Certainly putting the pressure on. Lot taller, so struggle to get in. The question is, where does this man get his energy from? Brown just covering himself up at the moment. Surely he's going to use too much energy. Brown getting a standing count. Still smiling. Super fit O'Leary. He's in to do a job and he's doing that well. Looks like the bandages of Brown have come loose, so they will be asked to tape up. Of course, the clock will be put on stop. We'll just sort that out, tucking it back in place, and off they go once again. O'Leary carrying off, I dare say, from where he left off. Certainly doesn't stop, does he? And so much smaller, but let me tell you, Brown trying to defend himself, but O'Leary not giving him any space or any chance to get into any rhythm at all. George O'Leary doing a bit of showboating, leaning on the ropes there, wiggling, doing a bit of showboating. And Brown not thinking to himself, who do you think you're taking the mickey out of, eh? But then George O'Leary gets back to work. I suppose we all like to show off now and again. And round 2 out the way, 6 2-minute round for this EBA English Championship. So the third round, the towering 6'6" Lawrence Brown in the yellow and black shorts. O'Leary, far smaller but far more ferocious. Going in the first 2 rounds, definitely to him. Once he makes his attack, he doesn't stop. And each time Brown just gets pushed back onto the ropes. Brown trying to steady things up. Goes in with a right and a left, which misses. Goes across with a right hook, which misses. And almost smiling as if to think, I can't hit you, mate. George O'Leary going in with his entourage. That's what happens. It's almost like he gets it in his mind, counts down, and off he goes, like a bomb exploding. And there he goes once again. Great movement from O'Leary. Sharp, hard shots from George O'Leary. Fighting out of the blue corner. The all black shorts there. Brown trying his hardest to get in there. Goes for the left-hand jab, to no avail. In comes George O'Leary once again. Almost like an eagle, ready to pounce on its awaiting prey. And there he is, what's going through his mind, isn't he? There he goes once again. It's not 1, it's not 2, it's 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10. And Brown really does not know what to do. Do remember, he's got 2 titles already, this man, George O'Leary, the local man, the EBA English champion, and now fighting for the vacant EBA British title. O'Leary moving his head from side to side, dodging those bullets fired from Lawrence Brown. Lawrence Brown, father taller, 6'6". George O'Leary moving him, is that how he wants? Brown coming in. 10 seconds to go. It's 6 2-minute rounds for this vacant EBA British title. Another great round from George O'Leary. The question is, where does that man get his energy from? So O'Leary once again, it looks like he really wants to get the job done. Round 4 of this 6-2-minute title fight. O'Leary hands by his side, he feels quite comfortable with this. No doubt about it, super fit. 6-2-minute rounds, you try it. It takes it out of you. But it does appear that Brown still has a smile on his face. Really needs to do something special to get any chance of winning this EBA British title. It's vacant. Like I said earlier, O'Leary, the current EBA English champion, also got another title to his name. And nice chap talking to him earlier in the ring, and he said he's really looking forward to his fight, as all of our fighters do. When you come to a show, let me tell you, EBA really do put on a show. Nice jab there from Brown. Not much power in it, but scoring a point, I guess. George O'Leary always applying the pressure in the neutral corner. Brown trying to cover himself. But George really doesn't stop working. Once again going for that jab. Lawrence Brown really should catch him with more. He's got a far longer reach. Being told in the corner to use the angles. Use the angles. Fire your shots, move out, come at a different angle. A wild uppercut there from the right from Lawrence Brown, but causing no damage. So calling time, it looked like the bandages had come just a little bit loose once again on Brown, but the bell had rung at the same time. So our MC Billy Nicholson just announcing the next bout number 13, James Sweeney. Got a packed out audience for his fight coming up next, but back to this fight. Bout number 12, Lawrence Brown, George O'Leary in the all black shorts and well ahead on points at the moment. Looking to gain his third title, the vacant EBA British title. That man just doesn't stop, does he? One punch after another. Sometimes you hear in the ring, ones and twos. This man is 5, 6, 7 and 8s. He was up by steps, wasn't it? So a great shot there from George O'Leary. Swinging the right. Just taking a little bit of a breather. But Brown needs to score points. He can't stand there and wait. Waving his left hand in front of George O'Leary, almost like a magic wand. George O'Leary putting absolutely everything into it. Holding the man, he knows he can't do that. He's going to get another standing count. Bit of blood coming from the eye of George O'Leary. George O'Leary in the neutral corner, he wants to finish this off. Seems that he split his eye open. Not sure if that was a clash of heads, but he's definitely going to be going for it. Brown smells the blood, sees the blood, and now he's swinging. George O'Leary really wants to get this job over and done with, but I'm pretty sure that his corner can't wait to get him in the corner to patch that man up. He has just put on such an excellent performance on that bell number 12. George O'Leary, the local man. 10 seconds remaining there, sorted his eye out there. Pretty sure it was a clash of heads, it was certainly no punch from the 6'6" Brown. Caught him with a great shot there, smiling once again. Lawrence Brown from the Manyang Warriors. What do you think? If you can't be with us, the next best thing is streaming live on maaction.com. I'm Andy J, glad to be in your company. The last and final round, 6 2-minute rounds for the vacant EBA British title. Pretty sure that the boxers are going to the ring and they'll get a shake of gloves before they start for the final round. But George O'Leary has won this with ease. It will be a unanimous decision. Let's be honest, Brown doesn't look like he's worked hard enough. He's been lazy. With the height that he's got, he hasn't put anything in. But George O'Leary looking insistent to want to stop that man. He just doesn't stop punching. He really doesn't stop punching. He turns his back. He pushes Brown back. He's saying, come on to Brown. Brown just not giving it back. Now O'Leary's sticking his tongue out. What a showboat this man is. He obviously knows he's got plenty of fuel in the tank, leaning down for a right punch to the body, but missing. George O'Leary taking a bit of a breather. The boxer's saying, come on, mate, put on a fight, let's have a fight. Brown opening his arms, letting them continue. It's the last and final round. George O'Leary knows he's got it in his bag. I'm sure that the excitement, his heart is pumping, knowing he's got 3 titles now and a name to remember. George O'Leary. Yep, think he's going to go pro before you know it, ladies and gents. He really is a workhorse, and to give him that much for 6 2-minute rounds, he has got to do the work in the gym. I think we've got about 1 minute. Colin Smith, the ref, telling them both, come on lads, get on with it. It's not a lazy man's game, that's for sure. And George O'Leary has been far from lazy. Maybe Brown could have worked harder. He certainly had the reach. Brown towering above O'Leary, but O'Leary coming in with just some fantastic shots. Gets a good cheer there with a great body shot to Brown. Goes in with those punches. Falls down into the neutral corner, but not by a punch. He's wiped his gloves clean, and I'm pretty sure that they will be given a big round of applause. The crowd shouting in the background, what a fight!
Please raise a room for both these boxers. An amazing 6 rounds of action here. Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 half-full rounds of EBA action, we do have a unanimous decision. And that decision goes in favour of the blue corner at noon, EBA British champion, George O'Leary. And let's open it up for a fantastic challenger here tonight. Lawrence, get down, Brown.
George, exciting fight, great win for you, congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you want to say a big thank you to everyone that's here for you
I
tonight?
want to say thank you to all of Lawrence's fans, you're great, my fans. A big shout out to my name, Canada, was playing ALS, you're strong women. I'd love to say a massive thank you to our sponsors. They've helped me out with everything I could ask for. Whereas Graphics, Water Fresh Services, Sun Electrical Services, and German Cylinders. These guys are amazing, without you, just couldn't deny this.
Congratulations.
Stars, Kim, I love you.